Hello, Steve White. Steve White's 89. Well, I saw an article the other day about some more proof that Madonna's screenplay was about her life. And I did a video doing some speculation on that, and then I realised that she had just done Instagram live stream for about an hour talking about writing it actually sort of on screen. So I posted the video and I'm like, oh God. Now fortunately they didn't actually spill a lot of beans, but there are a few things I asked in the video that I speculated about in the video which were answered in the video. So that was really annoying. Like, I was just posting it and that's when I saw other people post her live stream. I'm like, oh, for God's sakes. So I just want to do a little rundown of what was in it. I took my own notes, but this is someone else's because I can't read my own writing and this is in text. So Madonna and writer Diablo Cody went live on Instagram tonight to discuss the current screenplay and what will ultimately turn into a 2-hour movie about Madonna's life. Here are some of the things that came up. Jean-Michel Basquiat and Keith Haring will be in the movie, as well as Andy Warhol, they mentioned him. Donna and Nikki will be in the movie. The House of Extravaganza and Voguing will be in the movie. She also spoke about Louis and Jose having played an important part in her life. I think they depict when she met them. She was wondering what they would think of that, of Pose as well. She doesn't remember recording the track called Tragic Girl. That was funny. She did talk about a few other films she did remember, and she did break into song randomly, which she says she does all the time. And also she was trying to make a point that she can still sing. The Breakfast Club will be in the movie. The goal is a 2-hour movie event though Madonna likes the idea of a TV series. Now, I think it would be better as a TV series. I think the chances of them marketing this film and it being successful, like the Queen movie and the Elton movie, I don't like their chances considering Madonna's history, even though she's not acting in it and it's about her, but I just think they'd be much better off. And I don't think they can, her career is too big. Her life is too big. There's too much they'd have to leave out to do a 2-hour movie. I really think they should do an event series on some streaming service, probably HBO or someone she's already associated with, and do like a 3, 4, 6-hour miniseries and just cover each era of her life properly and be the definitive version of what's happened. I don't know how they're going to try and do it in a 2-hour movie. They were at 109 or 107, 109 pages at that point, and they were into Evita, and they were writing a scene where her sister was visiting her in London, I think, and because she was recording the soundtrack there, and they were writing the dialogue for that scene, and they were saying how her sister is a very important part in the movie, that she's like the voice of reason, and they comment on her Midwestern realness and stuff like this. And Madonna said she also was more talented than her, but she just wasn't focused on one thing, whereas Madonna was more focused on one thing. So they talked about that relationship. So they were talking about as they were writing it. She can't release the Blonde Ambition tour because she doesn't have all the footage, just what was shown in Truth or Dare, and doesn't want to release half the product. That's heartbreaking. I'd heard this rumour. I'd heard that they'd only filmed some songs, the ones they were planning to put in the movie. They hadn't filmed the whole concert. So the ones that were in the movie, and only I think 2 extra tracks, Like a Prayer and Hanky Panky, were also filmed, and they weren't included in the film, but they were included in a special video version as an extra after the film. So apparently that is true. I'd heard that they didn't have the whole footage, so there is no whole concert done in France, what's in Truth or Dare, and that is heartbreaking. I don't understand why you wouldn't film the whole effing concert. You have all the cameras there, it's all set up. You filmed half that tour, half the concert. Why not film all of it? Number one, in case you change your mind and want to use a track, use a song that you hadn't planned to, and B, so it could be released separately. Why on earth wouldn't you do that? That's just so insane. I actually argued with someone that there's no way they wouldn't have done that. They must have filmed the rest, and it just wasn't edited for the film, so the footage was somewhere unedited, and it was a matter of just someone putting it together, and that it hadn't been done that way, and that's why the edited stuff was all that they sort of had, was because that was the part they were dealing with. So I still feel like that's not true. I'm like, that can't be true. But apparently it is. But then again, who knows? Madonna, she could be confused. She could think that her only filmed the parts that they actually dealt with, because she said herself her memory failed. So I want to believe that's true. I want to believe somewhere it was filmed and just not processed and edited, because they already knew which parts they were going to use and they just did the rest just in case. That's what I want to believe. I want to believe somehow it can be done. That may be denial, stupidity, whatever. But then there's still no reason why they can't release one of the other releases, and we've seen some very good fan remastered versions. They could do that. There are variations they could do. They could do the Truth or Dare segments with the deleted segments that are missing as an extra feature on a future release, or they could do a version where they put together different clips, all the Truth or Dare stuff, some of the Barcelona stuff, some of the, just sort of put a concert together out of all the best versions of each song maybe, which would be kind of weird. But then again, look what she did with Rebel Heart. That was a complete mess of different footage that didn't match. So why the hell couldn't they do that with this? I don't know. I'm getting on a total tangent because I'm obsessed with Blonde Ambition, that being released. She's currently editing Madam X Truth or Dare. They got held up due to like COVID. They had started it and they stopped, and they're doing it again. And she's acting like she's really involved, like she did before with Rebel Heart. And if that's what she thinks, if that's how she thinks it should be edited, we're in trouble, because she's going to do the same thing again with this one. And because the Rebel Heart, it was a disaster. MDNA wasn't as bad because the star kind of matched the theme of the concert, MDNA being high, all that. So that kind of worked, the editing and the lighting on that, but it didn't work with Rebel Heart. So hopefully she's going to take a different approach with this one. And because it's a different type of concert and different kind of tour, she might. So we might be lucky, but I really don't know. The movie will feature music, but it won't be a musical, although she keeps pushing it. But I think she's just trying to bother Diablo. She's currently at the Evita stage of writing things. She spoke about her chihuahuas. She got rid of them because she was too busy with her kid. They're going to deal with the Pepsi Like a Prayer controversy. And she would like to record a new album, but of course she doesn't have the time because of everything else she's doing, including being a mother, healing, doing the screenplay, blah, blah, blah. So that's what someone else wrote down. And they posted it on one of the websites, and I screen captured it, but I don't have the actual name of the person. So I'm sorry if I just stole all your notes, but I don't know how to credit you because I can't find it. So yeah, she was saying her sister is the voice of sardonic reason. Something that actually pissed me off though, apparently they're not using her first dance instructor. I've forgotten his name. I want to say Flynn. He was the one who, I think she started dancing with him in Detroit, and he took her to her first gay bar, and he really changed her life. How he's not in the film, I do not understand. She needs to correct that now. Yeah, she was complaining that no one wanted to talk to her on the live stream because people weren't there right away, I think. Yeah, I think everything, I've mostly got the same notes. She was asked, what it was like doing A League of Their Own. She said it was super fun. She was asked what music she preferred, 80s or 90s. She said the 80s was more fun, but it was more influenced by other people and things around her, whereas in the 90s she was more the architect of her music. Yeah, I think that's about it. I didn't really get anything else from that. Yeah, she still doesn't have a film name. I think Live to Tell would be a good one. People are saying that. It's a bit too obvious, though, I think. Yeah, I can't read my own writing. I need to type out my notes so I can actually read them when I do videos. But that's going to feel really scripted. I don't want to be one of those people. I want to just talk and be real, but then again, that sucks and people switch off really quick. I have my analytics. Yeah, so I think they'd be better off doing a TV series, and that's been brought up now. The producer, they mentioned the producer. Now, I must have written that down. The producer was Amy somebody. Damn, I can't read. How can I not read my own writing? This is absolutely pathetic. Yeah, she wrote down, she mentioned that the producer, and the producer said they can have 2 hours. But I really think if one of the streaming channels approached her and actually said, look, we'll give you 6 hours or something, you know, to do a proper mini-series or event series, and we'll give you enough money to, like, do everything, that I think they would do it, and they should. And Diablo was a bit defensive about that because I think she was scared that was going to happen. And the other thing was Madonna was horrible to her. She just insulted her clothes, insulted her shoes, or Sarah Jessica Parker's shoes. And when she's like, well, we shouldn't say that. And she's like, why? She's not my friend. Like, it doesn't affect me, so it doesn't matter. She's like, well, it might hurt her feelings. And she's like, well, that's not relevant. That's the kind of person Madonna is, I think. I would not want to work with her. I wouldn't want to deal with her. I love her as an artist. I kind of like her rebellious FU attitude, except I think she applies it to everyone, not just the people who deserve it. Like, not just the people that criticize her or attack her, or the ageist and the misogynist. I think she just does it to everyone because she's just like that. So it was a bit sad seeing her dressed up like a hooker because Madonna kept telling her to dress like that, and a stripper, which she apparently was. Some people question that she actually did that, and some people say she just made it up for the film she wrote, but whatever, I wasn't there. But yeah, seeing her bully her for 2 hours or an hour was a bit weird, and I screen captured a few shots of her because she was constantly looking at the camera like, and Madonna's just totally oblivious to it, and it was kind of funny. But yeah, I'm going to go, since now I have given my more informed input of the film at this moment, as opposed to yesterday. I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Yep. And if you know anything else about the film, let me know. Oh, also, she referred to her Gucci fan as a #1 fan. So I'd like to say condolences to Israel. You are no longer Madonna's #1 fan. Gucci has it.